Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Ernie's going to be talking about volume profile, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description where you can find Ernie's education platform. Enjoy guys.
So the premise behind the volume profile analysis is something I call market memory. And that is looking at profiles that were created over a long period of time with a substantial amount of activity. When we're at all-time highs, there's really no major history involved in the volume that we're looking at. Using that very thin amount of data isn't as effective, all right? So I just want to say that up front. So don't worry about that. So volume profile, basically what I'm saying is that all-time highs has less effectiveness in terms of the way I show to use it. When we get a drop in price and then we start seeing more historical data that adds to the profile and starts showing very consistent areas where there are low values and high values and very clear distinctions from going from high to low, then it's going to make a lot more sense and be far more impactful. But when we're way up here, up in the ether, and we're just going straight up and there's no historical volume, it's harder to justify the use of volume profile, in my view. Now, some people will say that we don't look at the historical stuff. We only look at the daily sessions. That's great. That might have some validity within the context of that. There's no doubt it could. And so maybe I need to adjust my teachings on that and show how do we deal with it when we're way up here and there's no historical volume, and how much credence do we give it? So the first step is that when I'm analyzing volume profile, I want to analyze as much historical volume as possible. Of course, at all-time highs, the only historical volume there is the current day, right? If it drops down below that and pulls back, then it's going to be whatever the previous days or the previous months or the previous years will be. And then they will contribute to those profiles. And that contribution, consistently laying down volume in certain areas and not in other areas, and showing that market memory over time, is what provides the strength of that analysis technique. Does that make sense?
Yes. So it's really more valuable over a longer period of time, or on a daily chart than necessarily a 5-minute chart, like you said, at the highs.
Yeah, so imagine you're showing a chart here where 50.90 or 50.92 or so seems to be a low point there. Now imagine after, say, 2 years, price ends up back at 50.92, and that's still a low point. And then there's two huge nodes on either side of it. That would signify that 50.92 or 50.90 point is really strong for whatever reason. Right now, not so much. But if price was retracing over that, say, a dozen times and consistently avoided that level, that would give me pretty good confidence that the market has decided that's a no-go level, or it's going to provide a level of support and resistance there.
And so can I confirm, if I look at a longer chart over several days and even weeks, the real long fingers that stretch out into the chart, those are the sticky points where the market wants to trade.
What I like to say is that the market finds value. When you see big nodes, the market found value there and wants to trade there. It's the edge of those nodes where it goes from a lot of volume to no volume that is significant. That's where we draw our lines. Or those deep crevices where there's hardly any trading. Those are also where we draw our lines. Those are the areas where the market is going to find like an inflection point or resistance or support. Inside the node, not so much. It will go back and forth inside the node and feel happy there. It's when it leaves the node or is entering a node, that edge, that big falling edge, that is significant. And if that edge persists after many, many weeks or months with price going back and forth over that edge, and that edge persists, it becomes stronger and stronger as a level that you should respect.
Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button below. If there's any questions that you might have for Coach Ernie, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Thanks guys.